Hi guys, I hope everybody's keeping well around the world. We've had quite a number of requests for information and videos that we can send out to people to try and keep students occupied all through these uncertain times. This is a first for me. I'm going to present a little bit of a tutorial, all on my own here in isolation in the studio. So I'm trying to work our many cameras at the same time as doing the drawing, so it's unprecedented for me, so let's see how we go. I thought I'd try and do for you is, many people ask about the way that I use my sketchbook and the way that I draw, so I thought I'd couple together a little bit of a drawing technique and some of the surface prep that I use as well. You may have seen these before. I'll build a surface, a little bit of colour wash into the texture of the paper before I go out on location, and then I'll execute the drawing. So it's quite simple, it's not going to take me too long to do, but the whole idea is, and again, showing our support for one of our main charities, the two drawings that I produce for you today are going to be auctioned off on Sophie's Secret postcard. I think it's for the Royal Marsden, and I think full details will be on the screen anyway. You'll be able to follow these at the end. So if you quite like any of the two drawings that I produced today, you should be able to bid for them. Okay, so let's give it a go. Move that away, and I'm now going to prep the surface first, and then we'll do the drawing. So I'm just using a little bit of PVA glue, nice and simple. Quick thin layer. You'll see I've already drawn out my little diagram here so I don't go too big. White tissue paper, scrunch that up nice and tight. Open back out again, so it's now got this lovely wrinkled surface. Push that into the glue. Nice firm hand pressure. So I've got all those wrinkles there. Not been too careful with that. Let's repeat that now for the second piece. Not always easy to pick up the glue on the camera because of its transparency, but I'm not trying to be too neat or tidy. Again, lovely wrinkled surface. Push that. Okay, so you can see all the ridges I've got in there. I'm going to give that a quick blast dry now with a hairdryer before we add our paint. Okay, nice and dry. I'm just going to go with just a couple of colours just for this particular wash. If you want to give this a go, you can try any combinations you like. I'm just going to keep it nice and simple. A little bit of raw sienna and French ultramarine. They'll kind of neutralise each other, which is what I quite like. No elaborate palette. I'm just using a little bit of water for this acrylic paint. I'm just going to push that into the surface. Put a touch more of the ochre. So I'm not trying to pre-plan, just trying to be quite random, quite free. Let's go a little bit more neutral. Down this side. Just a little bit stronger. Okay. And some of my tissue is starting to break a little bit now. I quite like that. I like that deterioration in the surface. Okay, and then switch to our second one. Be a little bit more gestural, and then touch more neutral down here. And as I say, no real master plan to the way that I'm doing this. I'm just taking a little bit of a flow. I quite like the idea. It's a little bit more blue on this corner, slightly more warm pushing to this side here. So I think the two will balance out really well together. Okay, nice and simple. And the key things, you'll start to see the wrinkles coming out. Let's make that a touch more blue in that corner. Okay, really quick. I'm going to give that another quick blast dry with a hairdryer. Okay, it's both nice and dry. I've got that lovely cracked surface. You know, the wrinkles starting to appear where the paint's just sort of gone in a little bit stronger, which I quite like. But I obviously want to get more of a deteriorated quality. I could draw on it like that, but what I actually quite like doing is just using a little bit of a sort of medium grade sandpaper, and I'm now going to break the surface open a little bit more and start to take off any of the excess paper. I just remove the excess like this. Nice and quick. Okay, I'll repeat it on this side. Again, get these lovely broken edges appearing just by pulling that away. It's usually better to ensure that you've got a good quality paper that you're working on, especially if you're going to use sandpaper to break into it. That looks okay. And that's it, nice and simple. Very quick way to make a distressed surface. Got a little bit of colour gradation coming in, a little bit warmer, pushing to some